What do you think is the difference between a really good movie and like an Oscar-worthy movie? Because I have a theory. I have ideas.
You do?
Yeah.
You go first.
Wait, what are you asking?
What do you think is the difference between a really good movie, just like you could say it's a great movie, just super entertaining, super anything, and then what is Oscar-worthy?
What actually gets those awards in terms of like what I think I would give an award to? So I feel
I
like
would posit more generically, like in anyone's terms, not just your opinion.
I would say the way that it's happening, like now or maybe since dawn of time, it's always like, what does the movie say about the current time frame that it's coming out of? Like it has to kind of coincide some bigger picture that is, I don't know, of the time. I think it's like
it has to have
thing that
cultural relevance, is what you're trying to say.
Like it has to hold more weight than just being like, great, he became the Joker. He was the Joker. Like, but he could have been the Joker, and that movie could have like totally sucked. But that movie felt like the time. I mean, not that like there's ever been disgruntled citizens in society or whatever. So it's never. But we were bubbling up, and that was like the last like one of the last big movies that we saw before like COVID happened, and then shit really got like. People kind of got stirred,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Of course, my brain immediately went to records that are the same thing, like records that are very popular. I think it's hard for me with movies because I don't watch a lot of movies, and it's very difficult for me to sit through an entire movie. But I definitely have movies where I'm like, that was a great movie. Yesterday, I saw like the newest Indiana Jones.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't think it's an Oscar movie. It's
Probably
not some masterpiece. They're not doing anything new, right? Like,
That's not what I heard.
but what did you hear?
Well, I don't want to ruin it for Jordan.
Oh,
Hey, don't ruin it. I gotta go see it. I'll probably
So-
see it tomorrow.
But
I could ruin it right now for him.
he has the power. But it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was I had a good
popcorn movie.
Totally. I had a good time seeing this movie.
Just
I'm
shoveling-
glad that I went. I didn't go watch the movie and be like, that fucking sucked. I want those 2 hours back. Like, you know what I mean?
2.5.
Two and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3.
So I was like, I think that's a good movie, right? I don't know what constitutes a Oscar award winning film, but to me, it would probably have to do with the cultural relevance because I feel like something that would garner that an award would be something that speaks to the times and connects with a lot of people. So something that is done just right, where it speaks on certain things that are happening, but a ton of people can connect to it, right? So like some records are like that, where it's like it might cross over genres. People that don't normally listen to a certain genre that is a record will be like, that's a great out. I don't know why I like it, but I love it, right? You know, like I think those are the kinds of things that sort of transcend whatever genre they're in. I think that might be, but I don't know. That's just what it is to me.
Well,
What's your
yeah,
theory?
I was ruminating on this last night.
All right.
And because interesting movie an interesting movie that is kind of a combination of just a great popcorn movie and a great, Oscar winning movie is Titanic. Titanic is
Interesting.
and I'll tell you why. The thing that I think makes movies good, and I'm getting older and more mature, refined with my opinions on on cinema and the way movies work, like the actual mechanics of screenplays,
Telling the story and showing it
in all of the facets. And I'm starting to realize that the mechanics are like Titanic shouldn't be an Oscar-winning movie.
Why?
Because it's a mechanically proficient movie, but the characters and the story are completely lacking. There's
Interesting.
nothing that in isolation makes the movie really that great. In fact, the dialogue, if you just take the music away
Yeah.
and you watch small little beats of dialogue, it's terrible.
Okay.
The dialogue of that movie is just mechanical. It's just like, we need to convey these points.
We need to say this so that the
Because there's
audience
so
gets
much-
that, so that we can move the
Yes.
story from this to this.
There's so many pieces that need to be played, right? And
Got
then
it.
the love story between Jack and Rose is
Yeah.
kind of meh.
Okay.
Like, they didn't really build upon why do they like each other? Why, there is the famous tale of this time is Romeo and Juliet. It's the forbidden love story. Okay.
Yeah,
oh, she's rich, he's poor,
You're
whatever.
Yeah.
stuck on a cruise full of old people, and you find one another person that's
Yeah.
like
Your
same
age, and they're fucking
like,
hot, and you're horny,
But-
and
Yeah,
you know.
and you're
But
like,
they-
what are
they-
we gonna do? We're gonna sneak on this little car and
Fucking-
steam it up a little bit.
Yeah. but they showed you.
Let me draw you naked.
I would posit that it's so surface level
Okay, yeah.
that
yeah.
there's such a better way to do things.
Did you watch
Like-
this again recently?
No, I just have it
Interesting.
imprinted in my brain.
I need to go rewatch this
Well,
then
yeah.
because
It's-
Titanic to me holds this point where like I have this movie just feels weird as fuck because it was like the first time I watched a movie with my parents and there was boobs on the screen. I just remember being like that feeling of like, oh, this is weird as fuck. Like,
Well, that's another thing. It's all about the spectacle. Like, I remember going to the movie theater as well with my
Oh.
family, and it was packed. And then my mom tried to save seats. And then this lady was like, "You can't save seats," and
Oh,
then like
shit.
stole the seats, and then we got stuck front row.
oh fuck.
So the entire movie we were all like this.
Yeah,
But
That's depressing.
as a kid, you
You see those titties up close.
See those titties up close,
like that.
I was just like, "What?"
that was that was just under boob.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just like, hello.
Literally.
Literally.
Just under those boobs. Yeah, so I need to go back and rewatch without the connotation of like, this is fucking awkward. I'm in my living room with my parents and they're like, close your eyes. And you're just like, I don't know how to feel about boobs. I'm 11.
Always the two fingers.
Yeah, totally. Nick, cover. They're like on the couch, like, cover your eyes. Like, they don't really give a shit.
You know what was cool? I did re-see it in theaters when it came out in 3D, and that was
Whoa.
awesome.
When was that?
Like 2009.
Oh, shit.
You fell for it.
I
They're like, "We gotta
did,
catch
and
on
I
this bitch one more
fell.
time.
Dude, if there wasn't like the problem with 3D movies is they usually like try to make it 3D. Like they want to like shoot things at the camera. Woo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3D. But Titanic wasn't trying to do that. They were trying to convey scale organically of how big this boat was. But when you see the movie in 3D, you're like, when they run up to the edge and look down, I was like, whoa, this
Oh,
is
that's
just,
like a fucking cool
it's
shot.
so cool.
Yeah.
When the boat is sinking and they do the whole like they have to bring the what's it called?
lifeboats?
The life rafts off to the edge and the camera's like pivots down and you see the water.
Yeah.
It's cool when the dude hits the thing.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah,
end.
hits the rudder and fucking,
It's
yeah.
that was because it's so few and far between.
Yeah.
The payoffs are amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole movie's not 3D.
Right.
You're watching most of it and they're just sitting in a room. There's no like
Yeah.
this like
The column is
vases
sticking out of you or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think the first 3D movie I think I read was House of Wax, and there's definitely like scenes created for that movie where there's a guy like
Is that the one with Paris Hilton?
It does the remake.
Oh,
So
the
okay.
original-
There was an original one? I didn't know.
To Vincent Price, and there's a scene where there's like a guy with a yo-yo, just like come on down, and just
Yep.
like kind of just carnival barking, and then there's like can ladies, like and I have it on DVD,
Yay.
and so you're watching it, and it's like
It just seems so
I don't know
weird.
that it's supposed to be in 3D,
Yeah.
Right.
but I'm like, what the fuck is up with this?
Why did you choose this goofy fucking shot?
What is up with
when-
this? And then it's like one of the first
Yeah.
3D movies ever. And then the director of the movie
Oh.
was actually had one eye, and so it was amazing that he was able to even make a 3D movie with just one eye.